Hello, thank you for joining us today. I'm Sophy Cesar. I do investor relations for Ximen Mining Corp. And I'm going to run through the presentation for you today, and then we'll take some questions. There we go. I may be making some forward-looking statements. And here's a little bit of our share structure. So we have about 71 million shares outstanding. We're currently trading, in the mid 30 range. Our 52-week high was 80 cents. We have 20,715,000 warrants out at 64 cents. A lot of those are in the money or almost in the money. So we're expecting those to be exercised in the near term, and 2.6 million options out. We trade on the TSXV under the ticker XIM on the QTCQB and in Frankfurt. So at Ximen, our main focus is to be the next significant high-grade gold producer in British Columbia, which we consider to be one of the best mining jurisdictions in the world. And our goal is to self-fund our exploration through our Kendall gold mine, which I'm going to get into. So this is an overview of all our properties. As you can see, we're talking about here, the Kendall gold mine, that's over here. And then we have the Amelia gold mine, the Brett Epithermal Gold Project, and the Treasure Mountain as well. And around here, we also have quite a large land package in the Greenwood camp. Let's keep moving. There we go. So what we've been doing over the past little while is significantly growing our land package. And if you've been following us, you can see that we've been acquiring quite a bit of property in southern British Columbia. So we have the three extensive property groups. The Brett Epithermal Gold Project, that was our main focus until the Kendall came into the picture. The Brett is we believe it's a multi-million ounce project. It's currently under development, and we just got our drilling program permitted for that. The Greenwood camp is the one that we've been growing recently, and we completed some drilling on there and some trenching in 2020, and we have follow-up drilling planned. As I mentioned, the Kendall gold mine, that's our current focus right now. We have intentions in bringing it into production. So it's a high-grade underground gold mine. It's important to note that we own it 100% and there's no NSRs on it. So what we've planned for the Kendall is a 1,200-meter decline with 20,000 meters of drilling, and we're going to pull out a 10,000-ton bulk sample. So we have amazing infrastructure, and to most of our properties, you can drive from Vancouver to all of our properties. So to the Kendall, we're right outside Nelson, BC, about 8 kilometers. We have roads, hydroelectricity. We're tapped into the local workforce. It's a great property. So we've had positive metallurgical results there, 99% combined gold recovery. We've recently, and I'm going to get into it a little bit more, but we've recently completed the work on the existing portal, and we're all ready for the future mines. So let's move ahead. So here you go. When I mentioned that we're right outside Nelson, BC, you can see that. It's important to note we're about 180 kilometers away from the Greenwood camp, which is where we plan on processing the gold from the Nelson. And if you see lower here, this is where we're located in British Columbia, really close to the US border. Perfect. So the Kendall. The Kendall, we're just over 20,000 hectares now. We've been acquiring all this property. The most recent acquisition was the Star properties here. So we have 25 Crown grants there. And where we're really focusing is north of where you see these star properties here, and that's the Kendall. So multi-vein high-grade gold deposit. It's a historic producer. It was actually the first gold mine in production in southern British Columbia in 1888. We're currently, and those of you who've been following us for a while know, we're currently renewing and extending the permits for the underground operations. That's been, we've been waiting on those for a little while, but obviously COVID put us back slightly because, the government operations are running not as quickly as usual. So we plan on getting those any day now. We've submitted everything. It's under review. They've not come back with any questions. So the idea being is that when we do receive the permits, we're ready to hit the ground running and start the bulk sample. So we say here we're zero net capital after the bulk sample. So the idea being is that once we pull out the bulk sample, we're going to be cash flow positive. So we did recently announce a $5 million loan agreement with a Swiss lender. And that agreement is actually, we'll be paying them back. It's non-dilutive. It's for $5 million US, and we'll be paying them back in actual physical gold. So they're currently doing due diligence. We had been in talks with them for several months. They're going to be conducting an on-site visit. Again, that's, we've had some complications there because of COVID, but we're expecting that shortly. And that gold loan is going to kick in the minute we start the decline. Yeah. Great. And then one of the things that we often talk about when we talk about the Kenville is the low environmental footprint. So that's a large concern for Ximen, and we're doing everything in our power to really minimize our footprint. You'll see in a couple of slides, we're hydroelectric power. We're working with the community. We want to create high-paying jobs, skilled labor in the area. So here's a little bit of the historic mine site. So these buildings are not on site anymore, but like we mentioned, we've produced gold, 65,000 ounces of gold on average and 27,000 of silver between 1889 and 1954. And this is what the current buildings look like. So we have everything on site. We have a war room, we have equipment room. We also have a house on site where our mine manager, Lloyd Penner, stays and lives at. So we're completely ready to get a team on site and moving into production. And it's not necessary that the team even stay there because they can live in Nelson, again, like I mentioned, which is a short drive away. So here, if you guys can see my cursor here, this is the previous producing Kenville gold mine. And what we've done is in 2009, we did some extensive drilling in this area. And so this is where we believe that the extension of the previous gold mine, it continues on here. So we're going to go in and we're going to do the decline starting here down to where you see this circled. And there's numerous high grade gold intersections there. And we believe that that area here is where there's the sweet spot and where we're going to be pulling out gold. Excellent. So when we have all our own equipment, which is great. So we've purchased we acquired it with the site. So we have all our own equipment. It's all pneumatic equipment, except for this one here. It's high efficiency diesel. Like I mentioned, we're really trying to be green here. And there we go. So this is the hydro, we're attached to the Kootenay Dam. So we have the hydroelectricity on site, and we've had all the engineering done and we're ready to go. So what we're looking really to do is to become a small gold mine, 125 tons per day of half ounce for a mine life of about 15 years. Oh, there we go. So this is some of the drilling that we had done that I mentioned. And then, so we're going to drill the mine, and our intention is to bring it to the Greenwood mill, where we also have extensive land package, and process it there. Greenwood Mill actually has a line tailing pond. I believe only the second permitted line tailing pond in British Columbia. And like I mentioned, it's about a 2-hour trucking drive away from Kenville. Now, when we talk about sustainability, here's a picture of our CEO drinking water coming straight out of the portal. So we've had all the environmental done, the water baseline studies done, and we're told that this is some of the cleanest drinking water that they've ever come across. So we've had Massey Environmental did the baseline study, and that's it. We've done our local town hall meetings. We have an excellent relationship with the community. Since we own all the land rights underground, so we have no First Nations issues, but we did do a consultation regardless with the community. Here, so this is a little some pictures of our war room that we have. And we have records going back, I believe, back to 1940. We're in the process of digitizing it. We have a data room. We're really bringing everything up to speed so that we're ready to go. A little bit about our mine manager. Our mine manager, Lloyd Penner, was the last man to pull gold out of there in the 1990s. And he's also the one that spearheaded the drill program in 2009. So Lloyd knows this property like the back of his hand, and he's been, a huge proponent of it. He actually approached Ximen and wanted them to buy this property, which we did. And he's the one who's going to be running all the operations, training our guys. He has massive experience in underground mining. Here, so some of the updates that we have done. So we've completed all the excavation of the portal, Portal 257, and you can see that here. We put in new steel sets to replace the old timbers. We've put in the new steel culvert. We've even connected to the old rail line, replaced it, refurbished it. Again, so that the minute we get that permit, we're ready to go and we hit the ground running. Yep, so we'll move on to the Brett Epithermal Gold Project. Like I mentioned, that was the focus of Ximen before we acquired the Kenville. So this is a huge property, 20,000 hectares. We believe that this is the multi-million ounce project. So we recently announced on this one that we did just receive the permitting for that, and we're going to be working on some extensive underground drilling there too. So there we go. You can see here that you can see the road. There's a logging road that goes right up into that, and excellent infrastructure. We did a magnetometer drone survey in the summer of 2020. In August 2020, we received the permits to drill. And pending is the underground permits that we're waiting on. So we're expecting that we're going to be moving into that in the coming drill season. So here's the Greenwood camp where the Greenwood mill is. And this orange sector here, that is, we had owned that property and we optioned it off to GGX. They've earned that option. How it's significant to Ximen is that we continue to be a large shareholder in it. And we have acquired, we're in red, all the property around the Greenwood camp. So the Greenwood camp is a prolific area. It's known for, its high grade underground gold mines. The Phoenix gold mine is one of the mines that's there as well. And we've acquired all of that. We've done some drilling on the, and some prep work on the Providence, as well as an airborne survey over there. And right here, off to the side, is the Amelia Gold Mine. So that was the second gold producing mine in British Columbia, and that's also our package. What's really interesting about the Amelia is that it's very high grade gold, veins, quartz gold veins, second gold mine to be put in production in BC. We've acquired all the mineral titles and grants, and it's a great standalone project for us to option off. It's ready to go. It's quite exciting. The permitting right now is in line for some drilling in the summer. We've done some prospecting and groundwork, and it's a really, really little interesting project for us. So here, that's a close-up of it. This is an historical building that's there. And like I mentioned, we're going to follow up with some exploration trenching and drill plan to test beneath the mine. Another property that we have is the Providence Gold Mine. That's in the Kendall, Greenwood area, sorry. Again, a great little gold mine that we have there. There's been 3,000 meters of development done, and just another great addition to our portfolio. We also have the Treasure Mountain Silver Project that's currently under option. It's surrounded by the past producing Huldra Silver Mine. So that's another interesting project we have there. We continue, we get cash payments and stock payments for that property. And a little bit about our management. So Christopher Anderson, he's, as you'd call, a serial entrepreneur. He's, has a passion for the mining industry. He's done tons of financing for both public and private enterprises. And, Chris has been really pioneering this project for the last few years, and especially the Kendall. We have a technical team. Dr. Matt Ball is our VP of exploration, over 40 years of worldwide geological experience. And then we have a great team: Peter Cooper, Mohan Vilmari, Shervin Tremori, Alex McPherson, Sean Dykes, David Martin. These are all a great team we have. I'll leave that for you guys to take a look at on our website. And that wraps it up. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.